in the paint today.
I guess for both of you, kind of the flip side of that, Maryland did finish in the paint, pretty well. Just what were they doing something that was getting them those looks, or what did you guys think about your defense?
We didn't guard well enough. We let number 1 just come off ball screen, get to where he wanted. Number 10, we just didn't guard well enough.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I think their bigs played well. I think they rebounded the ball well. There's a couple times where we had it in our hands and they kind of just took it away. And in pivotal parts of the game, the rebounding battle I think was even, but they just got them when they needed them, and we couldn't secure ball kind of towards the end of the game, and they were able to capitalize and get easy buckets off that.
I guess when the ball isn't falling like that, is it kind of a contagious thing? Like how do you guys kind of snap that snowball from going? I mean, outside of obviously just making shots or anything you guys can do.
I think just keep doing what we're doing. Like I said, we got good shots. I mean, Quincy getting downhill has been one of the most productive things that we've had all year. And, he just missed some ones right around the basket. That's uncharacteristic. Justin, too, finishes at a high rate. And they just didn't fall tonight. And I don't know necessarily if it's a snowball effect, more just, I'd say team confidence. But when that happens, we just got offensive rebound. So that's on us.
I mean, you guys started this game pretty well offensively. Was there something that made that change? You were made to kind of trigger the shots not falling, or was it just maybe that's just something that happens sometimes?
I think it's something that just kind of happens sometimes. We haven't had a chance to watch the game obviously yet, so maybe we'll see something in film. But as of now, I think we just missed some good looks.
Both of you, starters are playing a lot of minutes, especially without Terrence. Fatigue a factor at all in the second half?
No, I don't think so at all. Our coaches and staff do a great job of understanding kind of what goes into games and the effort that we put in it, and they really respect the time we need to get ready. And I think, this week and before the games, they do a great job letting us get our bodies right. So I don't think fatigue was the thing. I think Maryland just came out and played a good game. They were stronger than us, tougher than us, and did what they needed to do to win. And we couldn't stop that.
For either of you, I know you talked about defense. Is that one of Coach Underwood's big talking points in the second half? And what do you feel like maybe you guys fell short a little bit on that side of the floor?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely talks about it. I think just intensity. We just got to be better. We got to guard the ball better and just play harder.
Yes, I mean, intensity and toughness, playing hard, that's kind of been a staple from this team. Was there just something missing about that today, or how does that kind of happen?
I think kind of like I said earlier, I mean, Maryland was just tougher than us instead of us, being tougher than them at home, getting the rebounds, 50-50 balls. And, at the beginning of the game, there was a play where one of their players got on the floor and we didn't, and kind of set the tone. I think we need to take that personally and next game get back on brand to what we do. I think we need to get back, and that's on us as players. Coach can't control that, so we got to be better and go out there and play like we're winning, play like we want to win the conference. So we got to be better as players.
Is that all for these guys? Okay, thank you. Couldn't argue with that. You had 52 points. 26 baskets. You scored 30 baskets. You scored 3 points. That means every other basket you got is in the paint.
You get started, Coach, when you're ready.
Yeah, Maryland deserves all the credit, every ounce of it. My fault for not getting these guys in the right frame of mind defensively. I thought we were as mistake prone as we've ever been this season on that side. Maryland deserves a lot of the credit. We've played a lot of really good, really good guards. Guarded him okay today. Jameer kind of had his way with us, but got off to a great start and just literally went flat, went dead on the defensive side, and we had 2 actual offensive rebounds at half, so that'll tell you where our effort was at. I think one of them was a team offensive rebound, if I'm not mistaken. So you can see we weren't very energetic. As you guys know, I'm all about defense and rebounding. That's what wins. It's what's won us a lot of games in the last 4 years. A little better effort the second half. And then the second half was, I think we were 8 for 24. Somebody told me on layups. And I don't know, their size, their length, I don't know. We've seen that all year. But we didn't make layups today. And compound that with really poor defense and defensive execution and shoot 23%. You're the 6th ranked offense in college basketball. Give all the credit to Maryland.
Coach, 52 points in the paint for Maryland. Was there something they were doing that was causing you some difficulty around the rim?
Nothing we haven't seen. Nothing we haven't seen.
Brad, Luke said Maryland was tougher than us and we have to get back on brand. What's that look like for you guys?
Practice. It's we had a disjointed day on Friday and or I don't even know what today is. And then yesterday we were solid, but yeah, we got to get back to who we are. And it's Quincy Gray having no offensive rebounds. It's let's see. Coleman had 1. Ty had none. Marcus had none. Or Ty had 2, excuse me. Ty had none, but Ty had 0 rebounds in offensively in the last 2 games. So it was coming. It was coming. Figuring out that, sometimes when you think it's easy, it's you forget what made it easy. That's effort.
Yeah, Brad, you mentioned the layups in the first half, 1.2 points per possession in offense, and fell off the cliff in the second, 0.7 something points per possession. Were you happy with the shots? Was it just the layups? What was
They're layups.
Yeah.
How can you get a better shot than a layup? They're layups. The easiest shot that God created when he created the game of basketball is a layup and or a dunk. A layup. A layup. And you have to learn at this level to make some contested ones sometimes. They're layups. You've seen us play all year. We make them all the time. Today we didn't.
Brad, you mentioned maybe not getting guys in the right frame of mind defensively. Did you see an indication, I don't know, either before the game, at some point during, that it was going to be that?
Not really. Justin Harmon minus 16 today in the plus minus after the game he played the other day. And we've got him guarding Michigan State's best player at the end of the game, and minus 16. And I'm not just picking on him; it's everybody. I'm not very happy. I'm a bad loser. I'm a really crappy loser. And when it's because we don't guard and we don't rebound and we don't play, that's the one thing that every single player can control every day is their mental approach to the game and their physical effort. And Michigan State we had at Maryland today just whipped us, and that's frustrating.
Brad, with you guys being top 10 in the country, is this a reminder that there'll be a target on your back, that this is a win that people are going to want to get? Is that something you guys will have to?
Yeah, we better learn to deal with that. And, now we can join the crowd. Every other top 10 team that lost to an unranked team. And we were, doesn't make it feel any better. That's for darn sure. We just, we can't think we're good. We got to understand why we've gotten to the point we've gotten to. And again, Maryland deserves all the credit today.
I guess with Julian Reese, I mean, it seemed like Coleman had that matchup at some points and didn't have others. Is that just a tough one that he presents, or
who's not in this league? I mean, he's a good player. He had 0 against Purdue. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's Coleman's guarded great players every single night. He's a really good player. He's an all-league guy. He's 11 rebounds, and he was dominant today. And I thought we went to our kind of our 5-way switching, and it wasn't as easy for him. But I mean, we just gave him some gifts. I mean, we left the hole. Marcus ran out to a corner and left him wide open under the basket. And it's just I don't know. Mentally today we didn't have it.
Brad Ding gave you a little bit of a spark in that first half, played 1 minute in the second half. Was that mostly defensive reasons, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Dane's going to help us. We need Dane's physicality. And it's not about offense. We can't throw Dane the ball 18 feet from the rim and have him shoot a 15-foot jump hook and then go down and get back screen up a layup. Dane's effective when he's 4 feet from the rim, and we've got to have him guarding better and not making mistakes that affect other people. That's my fault. That's my job to get him ready for that.
Brad, with the shorter bench that you have now, and Marcus, a lot of falling on him offensively, little less efficient over the last couple of games. Any concern with the offense being too one-sided? Or
no, he's the top of the scouting report, and I don't know. He had 26 tonight. I didn't think he played great. I thought he got pretty good looks. Yeah, we got to, getting Nico back today wasn't quite the right game for that, but getting Nico back will help give us another ball handler. It's we'll see, but a lot's going to be asked of him. There's no doubt.
Brad, you played Coleman with 2 fouls in the first half. Was that, just your trust in him? Was it just the way the game was going? You needed him out there? We just don't see typically a lot of that from you. I'm just wondering kind of what the situation was with there.
Well, I pretty much trust him. I think he's one of the best defenders in the league. And, we went to we started doubling, Reese with him to kind of protect him. Coleman had a tough day. He had a tough day, and that's, we're never going to be, the best team in the country when he's not at his best.
Coach, just going 7 deep right now, and Dane played just 10 minutes. Is fatigue becoming a factor, especially shooting the ball in the second half there?
No. Best conditioned team in the country with $1 million room for recovery. No. That thought has never entered my mind as long as I've been a basketball coach. They're 20 years old, 22 years old. They're not getting tired. They play basketball every single day of their life. Getting tired is not something they do.
I know you mentioned this wasn't the right day for Nico. So not even just him specifically, but broadly, when you have a guy coming off of injury, like what are you looking for to kind of know when the right time is once they're cleared to work them back?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into that. Practice, starting to see, some consistent play in practice. There's a conditioning point of that in practice. There's a matchup part of it from the game side of things. There's a tempo piece to that. I got a lot of belief in Nico, and there's no doubt, Nico and Draven, those guys' time is coming, and they're going to help us.